I've had this iPad 4 for a couple months now. Up until now, my focus has been pure nostalgia, downgrading it to iOS 6, restoring the old App Store, and reviving old iPad toys. Most of these projects were just meant for gaming, but it got me thinking, can I actually get some real productivity out of this thing? To find out, today I'm going to try turning this 14-year-old iPad into a dedicated second monitor for my laptop. Let's see if we can actually pull this off. To get these old devices working with each other, we need to find the correct legacy software. After a bit of digging on Google, I managed to get the necessary files here on my desktop. The legacy TwomonUSB desktop client downloaded from its official website, and iTunes version 12 for my Windows 7 straight from apple.com. I'll leave the links in the description below if you also want to try this for yourself. Next, simply have everything installed on the PC and restart it. But here comes the tricky part. To make the connection work, I still need the companion TwomonUSB client on the iPad itself. Unsurprisingly, the app is long gone from the App Store. Checking my old purchase history led to a dead end, and Google kept forcing me towards a newer version of the software. But right before I'm giving up, I tried one last search and threw archive.org into the search bar. And voila! The exact IPA file for version 1.2 popped up. I quickly side-loaded onto the iPad and hooked it up to the laptop. After a couple of seconds, the connection button lit up. Time for the moment of truth. The screens flickered for a moment on both devices, and there it is. The blissful Windows 7 desktop shows up on the iPad's gorgeous Retina display. To make the text readable from a normal desktop distance, I set the display resolution to 1024 by 768, which also matches the iPad's native 4:3 aspect ratio. Honestly, this works better than I expected. Windows recognized the iPad as a legitimate second monitor, so I can rearrange its position relative to my main screen, dragging windows across the display and use it exactly like a standard desktop monitor. For the first time on this laptop, I can comfortably work on a document on a spreadsheet on one side, while keeping a Wikipedia page or a video open on the other. There are no major hiccups or stuttering, but it does get a little bit choppy with scrolling heavy web pages or playing high-res video. But that's probably due to my aging ThinkPad struggling, rather than the Twomon software itself. It looked like this experiment of mine was a total success, but just as I was about to unplug the iPad and call it a day, I stumbled across something even better. The touch controls on the iPad actually work. I quickly gave it a test, and the responsiveness is spot on. Every single tab registers as a left click. Opening the Start menu, double-clicking the icons, and dragging windows around are incredibly natural. It almost feels like I'm running a Windows natively on the iPad. Even right-clicking is more intuitive than I thought. By holding one finger on the screen and tapping with another, I can bring up context menu anywhere, which is pretty essential for navigating Windows. And at this point, of course I couldn't miss the chance to load up Purple Place. It doesn't get any more nostalgic than this Windows 7 classic. To be honest, this second discovery feels even more wild than just using it as an extra display. If you pair a decent stylus with the iPad, it essentially transforms the tablet into some sort of a digitizer for the laptop. It simply unlocks a lot of potential for apps where a traditional mouse feels a bit awkward and clunky, like the Paint or older versions of Photoshop. Now that this hybrid system is up and running, I feel like I'm only scratching the surface of what it can do, so I'm leaving the next step up to you. What do you think should we push this setup to do next? Should we try testing some retro PC games using the iPad touchscreen, or is there another legacy app this tablet might breathe new life into? Drop your ideas in the comment below, and let's see what we can build next. That's it for this episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.